All right, welcome. Today is Friday. Let's talk about the market. In front of you, of course, is my trades of the day. My phone is dinging me. Every time I'm doing a video, someone's got to ding my phone. Oh, well. There you are, 1,350 bucks today. Pretty nice. Some of this was done last night in the overnight session, and some was done today. So a pretty happy camper about the profit. But I'm going to talk in this video about a big mistake I made. And I know other traders make it too, and it's going to be a really good video. Really want to pay attention because I'm a much better trader today than I was, let's say, maybe just a few years ago. But still sometimes bad behaviors creep in, old bad behaviors, and we're going to talk about that briefly in this video, okay? We'll take a quick look at the weekly, the daily, and the trade of the day, and then we'll mix this in as well, okay? So let's get started. All right, so here we are on the weekly chart, and I was talking about this candlestick being an important candlestick. If it was going to be red or kind of doji-ish, then next week would be a pretty good chance we'd get one of these deals going down like this. But that's not what happened this week. We got this pretty decent looking 122 range, 123 range green candlestick. So that definitely brings into question whether or not we're going to get a cycle low here. The week of January 14th, which is really just next week. I think the daily chart, we'll get to it in a minute, but I think it says January 18th with the cycle low. It could still happen. That's 10 calendar days away. So the weekend's involved, maybe looking at about 7 or 8 trading days, something like this. Yeah, 7 or 8 trading days, something like that. Maybe a little less, a little more, whatever it is, with weekends included. So, this is a little bit in question. We may still get more pullback. Next week's going to be very interesting to see what goes on. Right now, I mean, this could have been it. That may be all we get. Even though this trend is different, this one in here is much different than what we're seeing here. This one came up and plateaued and went horizontal, whereas that one did not in this area. It just kept going vertical. But there are some similarities. There's a gap up right here. There's a gap up right there. So, we may not see this cycle low or barely see it. We'll have to wait to see how it plays out like I said before, the other scenario is this cycle low gets pushed out a little bit further into the future. We do have some divergence still showing up here, so we'll keep an eye on this. But this kind of muddies the water with this week being this strong. Okay, let's look at the daily. All right, so here we are on the daily chart. You can see today, let's make this bigger. Today was this skeleton-looking doji, okay? I mean, it literally opened right where it closed. Look at this, guys. It opened at 48.11 and a quarter, closed at 48.11 and a quarter. Boy, those market makers, boy, they know their stuff. They absolutely just pasted the close right at the open. That's hilarious. Yeah, so, kind of had this going on for a few days and up. Market started running out of gas a little bit here, but it didn't pull back down. It just stayed up there. Okay, so this is the cycle I was talking about, January 18th. We'll see. This could still happen. It could still happen because there is some time there for that to happen. Also, that's the yellow cycle. I think let's see what this purple cycle is. A few days later. Yeah, the purple cycle is the 22nd. So there's a little bit of breathing room here. Because we're only, right now, I think today is the 10th. So there's a little bit of breathing room here, and we'll see. This could just develop a little bit further out than the weekly chart is showing. All right, because it looks like there's a little bit more to go here on this, and then maybe it rolls over, okay? And I'm not going to put in the resistance because we all know what that is. The resistance is all-time high right there. But here's some supports that I kept on the chart: 47.43, 46.52. I think 47.43 is probably very doable. Okay. And then we'll see if this pulls back significantly. Then we'll talk about these other supports down here once things get rolling, if they get rolling. Okay, so take a quick look at the trade of the day, and I'll talk about something I did today that's just bad behavior. And even though I had a really profitable day, I'll just kind of save it for when I talk about it, but it's going to be a very interesting little monologue I'm going to do, okay? Okay, so I have two charts up here. We're going to talk about this bad behavior that I did today because I know other traders are having bad behaviors In the last couple, at least the last year or two, I've been trading much better any time in my life. But some bad behavior creeped in today. So on the left side chart here, we got 5-minute chart, and on the right, we got 15-minute. Okay, and I'm always watching multiple time frames: 5-minute, 15-minute, 1 hour, and then members get that too in the streaming charts. Okay, plus I'm aware of the daily and the weekly always. So I'm really aware of 5 charts at any given time. But these 2 charts I was watching carefully, okay? And here at around 7:50 in the morning, right here, it came up like this. We got a Get Us Plus alert that happened right in here. And I noticed that, the SMI kind of got right here and flattened out. Okay, so this is like 7:40-ish time. Okay. That's right here on the 15-minute chart, right there. Okay, it's the two same spots. So I get right here, I see this, I decide to short it. I was shorting like somewhere down into this candlestick. Before I shorted it, I looked at the 15-minute chart and I said, oh, this is sitting right in the middle. The charts are telling me everything I need to know. This is not you would never short in this situation. Why? Because this is going this way. The 15-minute chart's going up, not down. If it was this way, that's a different story. It's going straight up. Right? It's going up. It's sitting right here at this time when I was looking at this, making a decision. Okay? So in trading, there's always 2 things we want to get absolutely right as best as we can. One is timing, and the other is direction. So this was bad, just all around bad. This was so horribly bad. This was bad timing and bad direction. My instincts told me, not even my instincts, just experience told me, you're not going to short this, because you're going to short it when it's way up here, way up there. And matter of fact, later on, look what happened. The Get Us Plus indicator gave me an indication to short this. Okay. So, I made some money. Eventually, all the way back down here, I had to wait for it to come all the way up and come all the way back down. Why? Because I made an entry here like a bonehead. This total bonehead move. This is just bad behavior. I was so mad at myself. Mistakes are going to happen in trading, but this was like really an inexcusable mistake. Because I didn't just get one of the 2 attributes of trading wrong. I got them both wrong. I got both the direction and timing wrong. Horrible. Now, I was fortunate enough to recover, and my account can handle this kind of big movement. But we don't want to be, I gave myself a good talking to. I was so mad for a while. Oh my gosh, because this was amateur hour. I was doing amateur hour stuff here. This is just ridiculous. But I gave myself a good talking to. So hopefully lesson learned, but the charts will tell you what you need to know. If you got the 15-minute, this is why I always talk about multiple time frames, so important. If this chart's sitting in the middle and it's going upward, why the heck would you short this? Right? Any reasonable trader knows that you're not going to short here because everything is going up. Yes, momentum's pointing down, but this is the way that the MACD is configured is this is slow moving, whereas the SMI is configured to react quicker. So from the years of trading, and especially the last 15 months of trading, 18 months of trading, I already knew that this trade, if I was going to trade it at all, was going to be long, not short, because this is telling me everything I need to know. You're going to trade this long. And why? Because we just got a signal over here at like 6, whatever this was, 6:15, 6:10. I guess 6:15 on the 15-minute chart be 6:15 right here. Right? Here it is. Here's an indicator just like less than an hour before that, right? Telling me that you're coming off a bottom and it's going this way. There's the indicator. It's even telling me that. And the question is, why every once in a while, why do bad behaviors creep in? Right? This is old. I used to trade so horribly, guys and gals. I was a horrible trader. But I'm not like that anymore, thank God. But today, for some stupid reason, this bad behavior creeped in and I had to wait this whole thing out. Okay, I still made $1,350 today because I'm smart trading last night, and I recovered down in over here, and made a little money down here, and I made some money up in this area as well. Okay, but this was huge. I mean, this was like the trade of the day. There was no reason not to profit doing this way and profit again this way. I mean, my goodness, the alerts are right there. So, over here, getting anxious. This is getting up here and getting a little anxious and going, oh, I'm going to short this because look at it's going red. Bah, that's just, oh gosh. This wasn't even peaked itself. It was peaked way over here. And momentum was even telling me that it was going positive. Look how big this gap was. So I wanted to share this because, it's not a woe is me, and, I don't really like that kind of stuff. Sharing, sad stories just for the sake of sad stories, and lick your wounds and all that stuff, and telling people your war stories. No, it's not that. It's because even really good traders, which I consider myself a very good trader at this point, are still going to make mistakes sometime, and old behaviors are still going to creep in. You really got to, you know what discipline does? Discipline keeps you calm. And when you start slipping on discipline, then you start getting emotional, and all this other garbage starts creeping in. Because I was furious with myself, as you can imagine, as this thing went to the moon, right? This was easily about $3,000 of lost profit. Not lost, but lost opportunity, I think is the word. It was $3,000 right here, easily. $1,500 going up, $1,500 going down, and probably more. I'm just speaking conservatively. So I'm like, oh my gosh, So instead of being $1,350, it could have been a $4,000 or $5,000 day. I don't like to dwell on coulda, woulda, shoulda kind of stuff, but in this case, I just totally deserve it for making such a bad. I don't know. I shouldn't say I don't deserve it, but bad decisions, old behaviors that can creep in can really make you do stupid stuff. And this is the way I used to trade, just like really stupid decision making. And about 2 years ago, year and a half, 2 years ago, I came up with some logic in this Get Us Plus indicator to help, me overcome some really bad behavior. And it's been great. On Friday, this Friday got me. It got me for, whatever this time was period here is a good hour and a half. But I didn't lose any money. I didn't, I was, thank God I had a big enough account where I could handle this kind of swing, and, and you deal with it and move on. But so lesson learned, you got to really be aware of bad behaviors, especially just old behaviors that'll creep in and really mess you up. Once you mature, trading, it really is like steps on a ladder. It really is. I know it's kind of cliche, but that's true. Because you're going to make mistakes, lose money, make mistakes, lose money. Usually that's the pattern for beginner and even kind of the middle of road, moderately experienced traders. The pattern is they usually lose more money than they make. And I was like that for a long time. I'd make some money and I'd lose money. I'd make money, lose money. And by the end of the year, I usually lose more than I made. Okay, but as you advance, and you get better and better trader, and you're kind of taking that next step up the ladder, you start really fine tuning your craft and become a much better trader. This week, I don't normally share my PL because it's not really important. I don't like to, I just kind of consider that bragging, but I'll share it this week. It was at least a $6,000 week this week. Okay, I made a really nice bank this week, $6,000 in profit. Okay, but that's just because I've honed my craft, right? I've gotten to the place where I've honed my craft, and I've gotten better at what I'm doing. And I give God credit. God has blessed me, and there's a lot of other factors involved. But but even still, even though I consider myself an advanced trader, and I brought in 6K this week, it just goes to show you, even once in a while, bad behaviors can creep in, and you really got to pay attention. You got to stay sharp. And I don't know why, sometimes I wasn't really that tired. Maybe I was a little tired. I don't know what it was, but this was just an absolute massive, stupid maneuver, Because here's the thing, I used to only look at just one chart. I might have been the 1 hour, might have been the daily, and I just traded in one chart. I don't do that anymore because that's a horrible way to trade. And this multiple time frames right here, just in this example, this easily should have told me, no, you're not taking a short position right here just because a couple of red candlesticks came in. The 15-minute chart's telling you we've got a lot more to go. Especially Fridays. Friday's going to be so volatile. Anyway, I know I'm kind of getting long-winded. I wanted to share that, even for advanced traders, be aware of old behaviors that try to creep in, because today I definitely got one that got me for a little while there. All right, so pay attention. You got to stick with what works. That's basically what this comes down to. When it works, you stick with it. And I know that what I've developed here has worked extremely well. Otherwise, how would I make 6K in a week, right? But anyway, just wanted to share all that. Hope everybody had a really profitable week. Okay. Happy trading, everybody. God bless everybody. We'll talk to you all real soon again next time.